Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the English Hustle podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Maria. We're excited to have you with us today.
In today's episode, we're diving into the fascinating topic of boosting your creativity. We'll explore what creativity is, discuss common barriers that can hold you back, and share practical techniques to enhance your creative thinking.
We'll also provide real-life examples and success stories to inspire you. And as always, we'll wrap up with actionable tips and takeaways to help you apply these insights in your own life.
To kick things off, I'd like to share a personal story about a creative breakthrough I had recently. A few months ago, I was struggling to come up with fresh ideas for our podcast episodes. I felt stuck and frustrated, like I was hitting a creative wall.
I remember that time, Alex. It was challenging for both of us.
Absolutely. So I decided to try something different. I took a break and engaged in activities outside of my usual routine. I started sketching and painting, something I hadn't done in years. Surprisingly, this helped me think differently. One day, while sketching, I had a sudden flash of inspiration for a new podcast series that we've now implemented. This experience taught me that sometimes stepping away and engaging in different activities can spark new ideas.
That's such a great story, Alex. It's amazing how taking a break and trying new things can open up new avenues of creativity.
Exactly, Maria. And that's what we're here to help our listeners with today. So, let's dive into our discussion on understanding creativity and how we can all boost it. Segment 2. Understanding creativity. Definition and importance. Let's start by defining what we mean by creativity. Creativity is the ability to generate new ideas, solutions, or approaches that are original and valuable. It's not just about artistic pursuits. Creativity plays a crucial role in problem-solving, innovation, and everyday decision-making.
Exactly, Alex. Creativity is important in many aspects of life. In your personal life, it can help you find new ways to manage time, solve conflicts, or pursue hobbies. Professionally, creativity can lead to innovative projects, improved processes, and even career advancement. In education, it encourages critical thinking and enhances learning experiences.
Moreover, creativity is essential for personal fulfillment and mental well-being. Engaging in creative activities can reduce stress, increase happiness, and provide a sense of accomplishment. Misconceptions about creativity.
Despite its importance, there are several common misconceptions about creativity. One major misconception is that creativity is an innate talent. You either have it or you don't.
This couldn't be further from the truth. While some people might have a natural inclination towards creative thinking, creativity is a skill that can be developed and honed over time. Like any other skill, it requires practice, patience, and the right strategies.
Another misconception is that creativity is only relevant for artists, writers, and musicians. In reality, creativity is valuable in every field and can enhance problem-solving abilities, decision-making, and innovation in any profession.
People also often believe that creativity requires a eureka moment of sudden inspiration. While those moments can happen, most creative ideas are the result of continuous effort, exploration, and iteration.
Lastly, some think that creativity is stifled by structure, and discipline. However, having a framework can actually enhance creativity by providing the stability needed to explore new ideas freely.
By understanding these misconceptions, we can begin to see creativity as an accessible and essential skill for everyone. Up next, we'll discuss the barriers to creativity and how to overcome them. Segment 3. Barriers to creativity. Internal barriers. Now, let's talk about the barriers to creativity. The first set of barriers are internal ones, which come from within ourselves. A major internal barrier is self-doubt. Many people doubt their creative abilities and feel they aren't creative enough. This lack of confidence can prevent you from even trying to come up with new ideas.
Absolutely, Alex. Another significant internal barrier is the fear of failure. Creativity often involves taking risks and trying new things, which can lead to mistakes or failures. This fear can be paralyzing and stop you from experimenting and exploring new ideas.
Then there's perfectionism. Perfectionists strive for flawlessness and set extremely high standards for themselves. This can stifle creativity because it creates a fear of making mistakes and leads to overthinking, which can prevent the free flow of ideas.
Internal barriers also include negative self-talk and a fixed mindset. Telling yourself that you aren't creative or that you'll never come up with good ideas can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. A fixed mindset, where you believe your abilities are set in stone, can also limit your creative potential.
External barriers. Moving on to external barriers, these are obstacles in your environment or circumstances that hinder creativity. One common external barrier is a lack of time. In our busy lives, finding dedicated time for creative thinking and activities can be challenging.
Another external barrier is the lack of resources. This can include physical materials, financial resources, or even access to information and inspiration. Without the necessary resources, it can be hard to bring creative ideas to life.
A non-supportive environment is another critical barrier. If you're surrounded by people who don't value or encourage creativity, it can be difficult to express and develop your creative ideas. This includes workplaces that don't foster a culture of innovation or families that don't support creative pursuits.
Lastly, overscheduling and constant distractions can also stifle creativity. When your day is packed with activities and you're constantly interrupted, it's tough to find the mental space needed for creative thinking.
Recognizing these barriers is the first step towards overcoming them. In the next segment, we'll share practical techniques to boost your creativity and break through these obstacles. Segment 4. Techniques to boost creativity. Mindset and attitude. To start, let's talk about the importance of mindset and attitude in boosting creativity. Having a growth mindset, which is the belief that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work, is crucial. It encourages you to embrace challenges, learn from feedback, and persist in the face of setbacks.
Being open to new experiences is also vital. Creativity often comes from exploring different perspectives and trying new things. This openness allows you to make connections between seemingly unrelated ideas and discover novel solutions.
Practical techniques. Now, let's dive into some practical techniques to enhance your creativity. Number 1. Brainstorming and mind mapping. Brainstorming is a great way to generate a lot of ideas quickly. The key is to suspend judgment and let your thoughts flow freely. You can refine and evaluate ideas later.
Mind mapping is another useful technique. It involves creating a visual diagram to organize information and ideas around a central concept. This helps you see connections and structure your thoughts.
Number 2, keeping a creativity journal. A creativity journal is a dedicated space where you can jot down ideas, doodles, and thoughts. This practice helps you capture fleeting ideas and can serve as a reservoir of inspiration. Number 3, engaging in diverse activities and hobbies.
Engaging in a variety of activities and hobbies can stimulate your mind in new ways. Whether it's learning a new language, playing a musical instrument, or traveling, these experiences can provide fresh perspectives and fuel your creativity.
Number 4, practicing mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness and meditation can enhance creativity by helping you focus, reduce stress, and clear your mind. These practices encourage a state of mental calmness that can lead to insightful and creative thinking. Number 5, setting aside dedicated time for creative activities.
Scheduling regular time for creative activities ensures that you prioritize creativity in your life. Whether it's a daily, weekly, or monthly commitment, having dedicated time helps you develop a consistent creative practice.
Creative environment. Creating an environment that fosters creativity is also important. Start by organizing your workspace to minimize distractions and make it conducive to creative work.
Surround yourself with inspiring materials such as artwork, books, and objects that spark your imagination. Having a visually stimulating environment can trigger creative thoughts and ideas.
It's also helpful to create a space that allows for both focused work and relaxed thinking. Sometimes, stepping away from your desk and changing your scenery can lead to creative breakthroughs.
Lastly, connect with other creative individuals. Being part of a community that values creativity can provide support, feedback, and inspiration.
Segment 5, real-life examples, personal experiences. To give you some concrete examples, let's start with a personal experience. I once faced a creative block while trying to develop a new podcast series. I tried everything: brainstorming, taking breaks, and even consulting with Maria. Nothing seemed to work until I decided to immerse myself in a completely unrelated activity: painting. This shift in focus sparked new ideas, and soon I had the entire series mapped out.
That's a great example, Alex. I had a similar experience when trying to create engaging content for our social media. I was stuck in a rut, so I decided to attend a few writing workshops and read books outside of my usual genre. This exposure to new perspectives and techniques helped me find fresh, creative ways to connect with our audience.
Success stories. Now, let's look at some famous creatives and their journeys. Take J.K. Rowling, for instance. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, Rowling faced numerous rejections from publishers. She struggled with personal and financial challenges, but persevered. Her determination and creative vision eventually led to one of the most successful book series in history.
Another great example is Steve Jobs. Known for his innovative ideas and products, Jobs faced many challenges, including being ousted from Apple, the company he co-founded. Instead of giving up, he continued to innovate, founding Next and later acquiring Pixar. His creativity and resilience not only led to his return to Apple, but also to the creation of groundbreaking products like the iPhone and iPad.
A classic example from the art world is Vincent van Gogh. Despite facing mental health issues and a lack of recognition during his lifetime, Van Gogh remained dedicated to his art. His unique style and creativity eventually earned him posthumous fame, and he is now regarded as one of the most influential figures in Western art.
And then there's Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's perseverance and creative problem-solving led to the invention of the electric light bulb and many other innovations that have had a lasting impact on the world.
These stories show that creativity often involves facing and overcoming significant challenges. The key is to remain persistent, stay open to new experiences, and continually nurture your creative spirit. Segment 6. Tips and takeaways. Let's recap the key points we've covered today about boosting creativity. We started by defining creativity as the ability to generate new ideas and solutions, emphasizing its importance in personal, professional, and everyday life.
We discussed common barriers to creativity, both internal like self-doubt and fear of failure, and external such as lack of time and a non-supportive environment. Understanding these barriers is essential for overcoming them.
Next, we explored practical techniques to enhance creativity, including adopting a growth mindset, engaging in brainstorming and mind mapping, keeping a creativity journal, and creating a conducive creative environment.
Lastly, we highlighted the importance of mindset and attitude, encouraging listeners to stay open to new experiences and embrace challenges as opportunities for growth.
Actionable tips. Here are a few actionable tips to boost your creativity starting today. Set aside dedicated time. Schedule regular periods for creative activities to prioritize creativity in your routine. Experiment with new activities. Try engaging in diverse hobbies and experiences to stimulate your mind and spark new ideas. Practice mindfulness. Incorporate mindfulness or meditation into your daily routine to enhance focus and reduce mental clutter. Keep a creativity journal. Maintain a journal to capture ideas, thoughts, and inspirations that can fuel your creative endeavors.
Remember, creativity is a skill that can be developed and strengthened with practice. Start small, experiment with different techniques, and don't be afraid to explore unconventional ideas.
We understand that pursuing creativity can sometimes feel daunting, but remember that every great idea started with a simple thought or experiment. Embrace the journey, celebrate your progress, and don't be discouraged by setbacks.
Each of us has a unique creative potential waiting to be unleashed. Whether you're an artist, entrepreneur, student, or professional, creativity can enrich your life in countless ways. Trust in your abilities and keep nurturing your creative spark.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the English Hustle podcast. We hope you found these insights valuable and that they inspire you to tap into your creativity. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll explore effective communication skills.
Until then, keep exploring, experimenting, and embracing your creative journey. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast, leave a review, and share it with others who might benefit from our discussions.
Segment 7. Conclusion. As we wrap up today's episode of the English Hustle podcast, let's quickly recap what we've covered about boosting creativity. We explored the definition and importance of creativity in various aspects of life, debunked common misconceptions, and discussed both internal and external barriers that can hinder creativity.
We then delved into practical techniques to enhance creativity, emphasizing the importance of mindset, practical methods like brainstorming and mind mapping, and creating a conducive creative environment.
If you enjoyed today's episode and found value in our discussion, we encourage you to subscribe to the English Hustle podcast on your favorite platform.
Please take a moment to leave us a review. Your feedback helps us improve and reach more listeners like you who are passionate about personal growth and creativity.
And don't forget to share this podcast with friends, family, or colleagues who could benefit from our insights.
Stay tuned for insights, anecdotes, and actionable advice that you can apply in both your personal and professional life. You won't want to miss it.
Thank you once again for joining us today. Remember, creativity is not just a skill, it's a mindset that can transform how you approach challenges and opportunities in life.